It's like Wreckfest, like you can loan some vehicles. Ride, you can loan some vehicles. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god, he's alive. Dude, I'm creaming my jorts right now. So we got. Oh man. So I have to do at least one of these while you're here now, TNT. I have to because it's like I just have to start this off. You know where I'm going with this. Uh, who remembers Raphael Lessard? It shows him at the finish line on the truck. Yes. What happened? DWC will not be able to run. So there's that. What about Brett Moffitt? That's a name I used to know. uh, Quinn Hauf. After he left the 00, what happened? Yeah, but what happened after the 00 car? He's like, fuck it, I'm good enough. uh, Kyle Tilley. This this shows him in the 78 car in the Cup Series. Braymont. Looks like it's at Coda. Hmm. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So he sounds like a Joey Hand. Michael Annette. God, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute. It shows him in the one car, the one pilot. It was so ass. Two more, then we'll get going. James Davison after RWR in the 15. Oh, that's right, at Martinsville. I forgot about that. That was yeah. I don't want to say this very badly. Blake Cock. How do you Koch? That's Cook. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Leaf filter gutter something was the sponsor. All right. Well, I don't know who else we're gonna get, which kind of a little disheartening. Jesus. Oh, there's another. We're missing a couple of people. I'm going through Facebook and I'm like, where the fuck are all these people that said that they would be here? Yeah, Rain, Dak, Badfast, Cash and Checks, and Bluntlow. Mm. All right, well, let's get this wheel going. Let's see what they give us on opening start, shall we? Game one. Off the bat. Oh boy. Y'all are gonna love this one. Especially you, my buddy CT.
Oh, CT's gonna come bust, huh?
No, he's not. We're starting off with Ride 2.
I don't have any of the ride games.
Thank God. I don't have that either, so I get to continue to eat my dinner. So
I get to watch you guys.
That's what
I
I
have
did
it-
before I got on. I quickly stuffed my face with spaghetti.
So I have it up on YouTube right now.
oh, look who it is. It's Dragon, Mute Dragon. I mean, oh wait, Blue. I'm sorry.
Create a match. I gotta see what's first. Holy hell. I do not have this set up. Oh. I should probably set up a page, like a spreadsheet, huh?
Yeah, I have not played anything on my PS4 at all for the past like 8 months, so...
You've been too busy following Natalie Decker, huh?
I have. Yes, I have.
So how's the baby? I guess.
In other news,
But he's like, it's mine.
he's not really doing any racing at the moment. Natalie Decker is actually just like...
Isn't she just
She's
gonna stay
in
at
her-
home?
She's pretty much retired because she did a thing with, you know the show Big Mouth?
Oh my god, yes. On Netflix.
She was the...
So terrible.
She was NASCAR's representative in that show when Big Mouth was doing a whole bunch of stuff. And
That's
there was a NASCAR episode, and guess who the character was that they decided to pick to be alongside Big Mouth?
It's fucking terrible.
That's-
Anyways,
That's crazy.
Jesus, that's fucking
You know what?
terrible.
What was
Help me,
great?
God.
What was great about that was that they depicted her driving her 2022 Xfinity car with I forget what team she raced for. But like, it was so dumb because I just kept looking at it. I'm just like, wait a minute, that car is outdated. She doesn't
CT.
even race in the Xfinity series anymore.
Alright, well.
Yeah, you
this-
got me.
Yeah. So, invites are out. 3 minutes is on the clock. 9:03 we go. CT might not want to admit it out loud, but he was having connectivity issues earlier this week when we were practicing this. He could not join the lobby. It was saying game error or something along those lines. So if that happens, obviously, I mean, regardless of it being just him and I, the rule of 4 will go in effect, where we will still score as if there are 4 racers, even if there are not. Same thing with this case. If he cannot join when the 3 minutes goes off, and I'm in a lobby by myself, obviously it will not let me start the race. That race would obviously at the time go to me. Now, does that mean we'd have to stay here for 12 minutes and do it each time? Yes, because you don't know if or when his internet could act up correctly to let him work. So, unfortunately, that's what that means. So, it could knock out a good chunk of this. I mean, not really good chunk, but 4 races pretty quick. If we don't even have to do anything. Now, obviously, you don't want that CT because it could set you behind. But from everyone else's standpoint, this is something that may take a couple hours. I don't know if TNT remembers, and Jardy, I hope this doesn't scare you. Our longest recorded GrandMaster challenge was, 2-3 years ago. It was solid. The whole game was only Grid Legends. And that event took 6 hours and 39 minutes.
I ain't gonna be on that
It
long.
was fun.
I can
It
promise
was
that.
fun.
So I don't intend it to go that long. I am anticipating at least 4 hours. But I don't know after that. I could not tell you. Because 6 hours is obviously going to put us 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't stay up that late on a good day, so.
Wet, horny, wild, and drunk.
That
You
won't,
wouldn't
I
do it?
promise you. No, I can't drink, but no.
Oh, fuck.
Just cover your nose. It goes down like blue does on rain.
That's crazy.
All right, brother man, CT. You got just a couple more seconds.
Yeah, I know.
So I do have a question for you though.
What's up?
So for like ignition and
That is
Heat
also
5,
right.
if we get to that, are we allowed to use whatever car we want?
Yes. The only problem with
Yes.
Heat 5 is CT and I have a glitch where our game closes after the completion of every race, and he is also stuck as Chase Elliott. I'm stuck as Kyle Larson. If we try to change our drivers, the game force closes. We are stuck.
What the hell?
We can't change who we are. So,
I had never heard
I
of that.
cannot connect.
you guys don't have a
With
game, so
what?
I'm not even going to bother inviting you. I'm just going to invite CT again, which the timer is back up and running, so I don't know what.
What
He
game?
said,
Ride
he
2.
said,
Cool, I got Ride 5.
So I
Oh,
will
okay.
say, this takes just a little bit of sweat off my shoulders if he does not get in here, just to have at least a 4-0 lead on literally everybody else. Because the rule of 4, like I told Money, there is a rule of 4 where there's not at least 4 people per race or per event. Because how this works is there's 4 races per game. And each game has its own little championship, those 4 races. How you finish at the end of those 4 races and where you place is how you will score towards the GrandMaster Challenge. So say Blue Dragon does the best out of the 4 races and he finishes first with the most points. He will score however many of us there are, and that many points will go towards the GrandMaster Challenge. It's not every game combined.
I'm
Hey!
in here.
Look at that.
So my plan did work.
Okay, so the problem is now, if you lag out, you will still score second, because your connection is very terrible on my end.
Okay.
You only got 1 bar out of 5. 4, whatever. So if you lag out, it's an automatic second place. You did miss the first race, obviously. Which the first race was Road America, the kink course, which is what NASCAR uses. TNT, I'm sure you already knew that.
Yep.
I
I don't know if
hadn't been on here a little while, so kind of help me guide which bike it is. I ain't been on
Ooh,
this
I'm
game.
gonna have to.
connection to the host was lost.
Yeah, because you're gonna hate me for this. Because I didn't have the track selection set to voting. I had it set to random. So it was
Well,
gonna
I
select one
think
for
it's
me.
fine now. I think it's fine now. Remember how we had that theory
Fucking
about
A, you
the
better-
type
Yeah, the
not
NAT
matching
type.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using my phone, so I don't know if my phone kind of lines up more with your type, which is allowing me to join.
Anyways, this is
Never
on
mind,
YouTube.
I think
So
I
if you
might have
guys,
spoke too soon.
if you guys do want to watch it here on YouTube, it is on
No, I
YouTube.
didn't.
All right. So race 1 was Road America, the Kink course. Race 2. What's up, Blunt? Miami.
Still have it on voting, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The full circuit.
Alright.
I don't remember how to shift on here.
Is there AI or no?
No.
Okay. What's the name of the bike?
R1 Superbike. Which we're going to use the very far right one. The
I only
Bimota.
have one.
Which one do you have?
The CBR 1000.
I don't have either of those. What's your acceleration?
9.6.
Yeah, I don't have either of those.
What now?
I guess we'll run it because it put me in the default the slowest. I wonder if it's under gears. Increasing. I don't remember. I don't remember how to shift on this. I really don't. Yeah, CBR. I'm on a fucking Ninja though. These things are fucking terrible. Oh, that's how I shift. Oh, the physics on here is so bad. Remember, CT, this is a game where avoidable contact is a thing. No, that does not mean knocking me off my bike. Ooh. We're gonna wipe. You did the same thing, didn't you?
I saved it.
Whoa! Alright, don't shift down
I
to
keep
first there.
popping willies, dude.
Don't shift down to first gear in this thing, got it.
What the fuck? I just need to calm down and just remember the
there's a
main thing.
hard-
At least I made the race.
There's a hard
So
break
just-
zone up here, I know that much. Yeah, there it is. This is an F1/Indy course if I've ever seen one. I know it's not a real course. I don't think it is anyways, but... I don't know, TNT, you watching this on YouTube?
I am, yeah.
Sucks.
Is this a real course?
I need to see the start finish and determine that. Doesn't look real.
It'd be nice if it was real. This bitch wide as hell.
What state did they say that this was in?
Miami street course.
I don't know if they raced Miami. I don't know if there's a street circuit in Miami. Oh, no, this isn't real. I'm looking at all the gaps in the walls, and those are not allowed in MotoGP.
He's like, yeah, that wouldn't meet safety's approval.
That doesn't meet safety. Oh, that pit road. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, that's not. Never mind. This is not real.
This is
Not
also
real.
from like 2014, though. You have to remember that too.
True. But even 2014 standards, these barriers would kill a dude if they hit it.
Oh, you mean the concrete jersey barriers?
Yeah, somebody would die.
Did you see the guy that got his leg ran over? Dude, I don't know where they were at, but he fell off the bike and the guy behind him ran over, dude, and you see his fucking shin bend in half.
I don't think that was this year, was it? Was it this year?
I don't know, it's on my Instagram, so fucking probably not, but still fucking wild.
Yeah, there was a dude last year who like got ran over, and like his legs are like broken and he's still recovering. I think it was last year.
Okay. But you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what road course
Yeah,
it
no,
was,
I know what
but
you're talking about.
it was
Like,
fucking
you literally,
brutal.
they have a slow-mo replay of his leg.
That's what I'm saying. You see his leg bow, and I'm like, well, don't think that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I think that was last year. I don't think that was this year.
I'm sorry, are we boring, whoever that is?
Yes. I was just born listening to TNT be defective.
What? Told you, I'm a motorsports encyclopedia.
I wouldn't want to take TNT's class, that's for damn sure.
I would. Like if he was a college professor, oh dude, I'd sign up for that bitch instantly. I would go to all the racing parties that my family has, and they would probably just tell me to leave because of how much I know, though. And then I'd probably die never getting laid for the rest of my life.
That's crazy.
Worst part is that like I literally know nobody in my life who like actually likes motorsports.
Whose steering wheel did I just hear move? Is that yours?
That's mine. That's mine because I'm trying to get.
We're fucked. We're fucked. That's it. GG. Just go home, everybody. Time to wrap it up.
I'm trying to get used to Gran Turismo again because I've not played this game in like 9 months.
Maybe if you were home, you know, away from Natalie, you know.
Maybe if I was home, maybe.
You know.
Dude, I had all of my studio equipment, like, I moved all my studio equipment over. I had my mic, my boom arm ready to play, and I hooked it up with PS4, and I was told, like, literally by my mic, this thing is incompatible, you idiot, because your mic is way too new compared to your PS4.
That's crazy.
I need to get a PS5.
Dude, I didn't watch practice because I don't have FS1 or FS2 anymore. What the fuck was Willpower so mad at Alex Plo about?
TNT still don't got a 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I still don't have a 5 because I haven't had the reason to play it.
He's
so
never home, so he wouldn't ever have he wouldn't ever get to play it. But no,
buy
what did Alex Plo do? What the fuck was that about?
He hit him in the pit lane.
Oh. Okay.
They were exiting the pits, and because Pelot is always at the front, and Power, surprisingly, is not used to being at the back of the pits yet, basically Will Power went through the whole pit lane because, you know, he's starting at the back, and Pelot's at the front, and Pelot exited, and he just hit Power, and Power was pissed.
Yeah, because I seen the freaking podcast thing or whatever, like after the practice, whatever, and he's like, I don't know what he was so upset about. He must have been getting our dirty air and thinking we were in his way. He's like, the whole time we were 2 or 3 seconds ahead of him, so I don't know why he was so angry with me. I'm like, okay, something's not adding up here. Something's.
Will Power's just washed, dude.
Oh,
like this
who'd you say is taking the
season-
spot? Malukas? Is that who you said?
I think Malukas. I'm pretty sure it's Malukas. I could be wrong.
Dude,
but
when I
I'm
went
pretty-
to, I think I showed you the autographs I got, didn't I, when I went to Detroit?
Yeah, you showed me.
Dude, I
You got,
sat there and talked to Ferrucci for a good probably 5-10 minutes. I just sat there talking to him. It was pretty fucking awesome. Let's go.
Only Americans will actually be fans of Santino Ferrucci. Literally every other country.
Well, because when he was coming down from the stage up top, I asked the lady, I was like, hey, can I wait right here for him, or do I have to get out of the way? And she's like, well, what are you waiting for? I was like, I see Santino, so I wanted to get his autograph. She goes, actually, do me a favor and stay right here. I'm like, why? And she's like, because we're trying really hard. She's like, not many people know this. She's like, but we as IndyCar are trying really hard to build his popularity because he's over with a lot of fans, but he's just still not gaining like the crowd popularity. She's like, so if you could just stay here and hang out, she's like, that'd be really great.
So that way, when he actually comes out, it'll actually be a somewhat crowd.
Yeah, she's like, if people see you getting his autograph, it will attract more people. I'm like, well, fuck, all right.
Yeah. Do you not know the history of Santino Ferrucci?
I know that a buddy of mine that I work with, he's the one that trained me at my job, what I do now. He actually ran with Santino, Colton, and Hinchcliffe in the lower series, like one of the lower open wheel series. They all three got selected to go to Indy next. He unfortunately didn't. And so he knows them, and he says that he used to be an asshole, but now he's kind of cool-ish. Yeah. And he's like, I haven't talked to him in a while. He's like, I've thought about texting him, and I'm like, you just casually have his fucking contact info? He's like, yeah. I'm like, bro,
Dude, awesome.
what? I'm like, what?
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
you just have you have a fucking IndyCar driver's phone number? Is fucking crazy.
Now, when Ferrucci came up, he didn't come up the Indy Next ladder. He came up the Formula 3 and Formula 2 ladder. You know, because he had the money to do that, to try to go for Formula 1. Yeah. But when he made it, when he was in Formula 3, he didn't really do anything. Then he got a ride with Trident, which at the time in Formula 2.
Are you gonna vote?
I had to find it.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
In Formula 2, he got a ride with Trident, which they weren't great. They're not as good as they were now. So Trident was just like the team. Trident's the team that's like, yeah, we'll sign anybody, even if they're bad, as long as they bring money. You know, it's that type of team. And so they signed on Ferrucci, and they signed on some Indian dude named Arjun Maini.
I found the bug, CT. I found it.
Yeah, they signed on Arjun Maini, and as it turns out, Santino was extremely racist.
And he does seem like the kind of guy. I'm not gonna lie.
He did not like Arjun Maini one bit, and he did the one thing that you are not allowed to do in any Formula series, which is
You're breaking up so bad.
What did he do? Is it worse, or is it coming back?
Yeah, I think it's because of Blue.
Oh. Yeah. Well, basically under caution, he literally just like drove past multiple people and hit his teammates. And then after that race, he technically never finished the Formula 2 season because he got banned from any Formula series after that race. And that's why he came to IndyCar. Also, he tried. This is 2016, 2015, I think. So he tried. He and his family, his dad, tried to put vote for Trump on his car, which would make no goddamn sense because it's a Formula 2 series where they don't race in the U.S. Formula 1 does, but Formula 2 doesn't.
Speaking of Formula 2, I did not realize Dennis Hauger came from F2.
Yeah, he came from F2. He's the Formula 3 champion of 2021. He's the 2021
nailed by CT in that corner. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Dude, it's Monza T1, dude. What do you expect?
Fuck, this bitch does not turn.
Monza turn 1 is the death play for me.
CT might get me on this one. Fuck. I had to let off on that bitch.
There's another junior driver as well, Kyle Collette. He also came from Formula 3. Actually, a lot of drivers in Indy Next currently are actually from Formula 3.
Why does fucking Andretti's Indy Next look like a fucking more powerhouse team than fucking IndyCar's Andretti team?
Because Andretti is the only team who invests in
both series.
Yeah, because Penske doesn't have a team down there. Penske doesn't have one. Foyt
Ganassi, as I say, it's just Ganassi and Andretti that does, right?
Ganassi technically doesn't. They have Ganassi-backed drivers, like how Hendrick doesn't have, like how Hendrick Motorsports doesn't have an Xfinity program, so they just send their drivers to Junior Motorsports. So Ganassi, they support drivers and they send them to the good teams in Indy Next, but they don't really do. They don't really have a team down there. Andretti and Foyt do, so. Dale Coyne also has one, which is why they're in IndyCar.
Yeah, is
Juncos.
RWR even in cahoots with Dale Coyne anymore, or what's going on with that?
No. I have no clue what Rick Ware is even doing anymore.
I know they just sold Bucher, or whatever his name is, this owner of Spire, the former owner of Spire.
No, it's something Kusher.
Buddy's trying to fucking, he says he's going to keep Cody in there. When the lease ends with RFK, they're going to take that car back, and then he's going to buy a third charter and make it a 3-car team. And he goes, we're going to make this team great by 2028. And I'm like, oh.
You do know who he previous was at, right? Spire?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, he was one of the people who
I
helped
heard he was
start
an
up
owner
Spire.
or something.
Yeah, he's one of the few people who was one of the few like co-owners of Spire when they first formed, and then once their stock got really high, and then Andretti as well as Bainbridge and all that stuff started investing, he sold, and like he made like 5 times as much money he did when he first formed the team, because you know Spire first formed and it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Because he like didn't put any money into it, and then he sold Spire because like all these companies started putting money into it, and what do you know? This year Spire's really good because Pusher's not in the team anymore. Pusher sold his stake because the team is really good now, and because it's really good, he made like millions off of it. Didn't put any money into making Spire, and then sold Spire.
Yeah, he
And
said the
did
main
same-
goal is to win races and maybe someday championships.
Nope, that's a complete lie. He's just buying Rick Ware for cheap and trying to get their stock price really high so he can sell his stakes.
I mean, he's got to do something right if that's the case, though.
I think what he's just trying to do is he's just trying to attract sponsors, get
Dropped
investors.
4
try to
seconds
get
off
the team
CT
up.
in 2 laps. I don't think I'm catching, but I'm on his ass. If this was 4 laps, he'd be mine.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get the team up as much as he can so he can sell it.
Oh, that was a bad chicane.
I think Rick Ware's still doing stuff in
He's got drag racing and then motocross. And then does he still have Miata racing? MX-5 Cup?
I think so.
And then does he still have Cody was running IMSA in the LP2s.
Yeah,
LP2s.
he still does IMSA.
Cody or Rick?
Rick Ware. He still has like a team.
Which I'm
Because
still
they-
salty about. Was it last year or the year before? Cody was going to win that race, and then that jack off, because Cody gave him the bump and run, and that jack off decided to go straight into the wall, and he took Cody with him. He just went straight into the wall. Didn't even attempt to turn, just straight. Like,
Bump and
dude
runs
pit maneuvered
aren't-
him and Cody. Like, what are you doing?
Bump and runs aren't a thing in IMSA, and so if somebody does it to you in IMSA, they're just like, "Whoa, you can't do that," and they'll just go wreck you back.
Well, they said it was
Because-
going to be like a time penalty or something, and then that guy did that, and they're like, "Oh, that's definitely going to be like some kind of like suspension / penalty or something like that." Yeah. Because they're like, we understand what Cody did was wrong, but that guy's not supposed to do that.
I put it down to Cody Ware's from NASCAR, so he understands
Oh,
how
dude, I
a
was
bump
hunting your ass down.
I think it's just Cody knows how a bump and run works, so he did it. He tried it, and he was surprised that it worked. And then the dude got pissed because he's like, "No, you can't do that. That's a
Yeah,
NASCAR
buddy just
thing."
went straight into the fucking wall.
You just disappeared on my screen.
Like he just killed him. Like dude, you can't. Like, I don't care what series it is. You can't just drive someone to the fucking wall.
I don't know. That reminder though, like IMSA is the series where dentists race in. Dentists and doctors who are not clearly going to win the race.
The fuck?
What?
Someone's
Yeah.
dog sounds pissed.
Yeah, but like dentists race in IMSA, you know, where their only experience driving a race car is literally that weekend.
Well, I know what's next.
You know what's next, huh? If anybody watching on YouTube, this is where it gets exciting.
fucking pig.
So how
Is
this
this
is
the
gonna
full
work is
set?
I will not announce I won't announce how people finish in the game's championship. Like if there was 8 of us, I'm only going to announce the winner. So for each game that we all have, I'm only going to announce the winner, and I will say how many points they score. And obviously their total results for the Grandmaster Challenge, as you guys know, get announced at the very end. So, like because this is CT and I, if he wins, obviously you know I get second. If I win, you'll know he gets second. But in the future for other games, if 4 of us race, and if say Money wins one, he's the only one that's gonna know. No one else is gonna know who finished second, third, or fourth.
Bro.
So, all right, CT.
Oh, SVG hit the cameraman when he did his burnout.
Oh yeah.
I seen oh my god, DeFrancesco get mowed over by the camera guy at
Dude,
fucking
that's hilarious. Dude was keeping up with him with a massive camera on his back.
Dude,
and then
that
just,
he
like,
fucking
just
just
stopped.
got killed.
And he just died. He just literally ran into the back of Dev and just fell over. And the camera
The camera just shows his face.
on his face. Yeah, just showed his face, and he was just like, "Oh, I can't believe I just did that."
Fucking Will Buxton's like, under the break we had 2 accidents, one on the track and one on pit road with our camera guy, and then they showed the fucking replay. I'm like, dude, that guy is not
That
gonna...
was great. I'm
Oh.
so glad that they even caught that to begin with.
Dude, if he has a family, his wife is like, honey?
Yeah. Managed to get his TV time.
Oh my god.
What were your guys' reactions to when Newgarden flipped at Gateway?
Dude, okay, so I had a badass migraine that night, and I was like, I want to go to bed and just watch this tomorrow, but I'm like, no, because I'm a social media guy. Like, I can't stay off this. Like, I don't want to see spoilers. So, like, I just powered through this fucking migraine that my eye felt like it was sticking on my head 6 inches. And fucking, they're like, all right, we'll be right back. Go to commercial, and like, whoa, he's fucking upside down. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like, I literally jumped up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's just fucking, oh, here's the fucking Gran Turismo turn. Almost fucking left the ground.
Oh, yeah, modern bro.
My back end left the ground.
Yeah, so did mine.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was
fucking,
the greatest
dude, that could have been
trend.
so much worse if he landed
almost
Halo
flipped.
side on the wall. That would have been so bad. Whoa!
Well,
Did you die, CT, like I did?
yes.
I
At
just
least he's
saw
on it.
You just seen us leave the ground and fucking...
both of you held it flat out over one.
Because it fucking didn't say slow down. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking
Dude, it was the
Jan's,
greatest-
fucking Jan's Hill.
It was the greatest It was the greatest transition ever. They were showing like Newgarden leading, and they're showing all these shots of Newgarden. You know, the typical Fox dude standing in a room of lights. They cut back to. They don't go to
Fucking hey,
commercials.
CT.
They cut back to
Did I touch you
Newgarden on
on?
his roof.
No, we just both died.
Okay.
My reaction to that was actually I was singing along to the song when they were cut into commercial. I was just like,
Dude, it was like maybe 5 fucking seconds.
and then all of a sudden he's on his roof.
And fucking Will Buxton, whoa! Or not Will Buxton, fucking Townsend Bell, whoa! Like, what the fuck?
On his roof.
Yeah, dude,
Dude,
I got to talk to Hinchcliffe for a couple seconds too. Oh shit! All right, don't downshift there. Whoa!
Yeah, I remember you told me, and I was just like,
What the
oh,
fuck was
dude.
that? All right. Yeah, I fucking got to see him. I'm like, hey, Mr. Hinchcliffe. And he's like, what's going on, bud? He's like, is there any way I can get an autograph? He's like, yeah, of course. Like, dude was definitely not expecting that at all.
I mean, he's a 5-time winner in IndyCar. Like,
I took it as I don't think many people recognize him though, just because.
really?
You know, seeing him on TV compared to in person is 2 different things. Though. You gotta think about that.
True. But like, I don't know. He was a 5-time winner in IndyCar, and like he was like Canada's like one of Canada's best drivers.
Fucking
A recent memory.
After I talked to Ferrucci for a little bit, fucking David Malukas walks by in a t-shirt and jeans, and I'm like, I'm like, hey, can I get an autograph? And he's like, oh yeah, I didn't think anyone would recognize me. And I'm like, I was like, I do. I was like, I watch you guys every week. And he's like, all right, cool, thanks. And I'm like, how the fuck am I not gonna recognize you? Like,
David is the kind of dude who just looks like a kid fresh from like college.
he does. He looks like he should still be in Indie Next. But like, yeah.
So, like,
he just had a
look
ball
at
cap on, a
Martin.
plain white shirt, and some blue jeans and some sneakers. It's like, I didn't think anyone would recognize me. Buddy was just trying to fucking walk through. I keep getting a lot of invalid records for just touching the fucking rumble strips. Did they run the 24 hours at Nürburgring yet this year?
They did the 12. They did the 6 hour. They haven't done the 24 yet.
Okay,
no.
because that was it last year's where it just rained the whole time and like 12 Porsche died in that one turn.
Yes, it was. It rained so hard
so
that the
bad.
event actually ended early. They didn't make the full 24 hours because it was that bad. And because they technically made it past halfway, it was an official race.
I just remembered it was so bad. I watched the highlights. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Dude, nobody could keep it on the track.
Even with rain tires?
I
If
mean,
that-
when it's a down, rain tires aren't effective when the whole straightaway is
When
a
it's this
giant
fucking
puddle.
hydroplaning.
If it's a giant puddle, rain tires ain't gonna do shit. That's why Formula 1 doesn't like race in the rain anymore. It's because the amount of like puddles that are formed. It's not
Well, maybe
the
if their fucking
it's not
tracks
the
were
track-
flat and not
Yeah.
fucking have divots.
It's not that the track is wet. It's the massive puddles. Because like you can tell just by driving around the Nordschleife, there's a bunch of areas where puddles just pool up and just cover the track. So as soon as a car touches it at like 180,
They're gonna die.
yeah.
According to Blue Dragon, Corey LaJoy almost pulled a Kevin LePage at Atlanta, though.
I don't think. Well, it was slow.
Left side.
Are you sure it's LaJoy, or you mean the 66?
Whoa!
It
I had to spike the brake.
was actually a close race. Well,
I was slowly gaining on you, and that was like the only opportunity. I was like, well, if I bump him, I was like, I'll get my fucking avoidable contact warning. But I was like, there was so fucking narrow. Even on a bike, dude, it's so narrow to fucking pass.
the draft is huge, though, isn't it?
On a bike, yes.
The CT's just got to be close to you, and you can get a massive draft and probably win.
Well, I wrecked after it occurred.
Okay, never mind.
So,
He didn't want. Was it when you were trying to avoid me?
yeah, it kind of went
Oh,
right
it wasn't
there. I just
LaJoy.
ran
Oh, it was
into
the 66. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was.
Because that blue.
I
I
think-
asked you what happened to LaJoy.
No, LaJoy was out of the race. He wrecked in the big one. It was David Starr in the 66 that almost LePage the field, and that was just because he was just really slow.
Let's get this R1 Superbike flying down this straight. Isn't this straight like 2 miles alone? Something like that.
I think it's longer.
197, 98, 99, 2, 1, 202.
Wait, I didn't realize you had it on 3 laps. I thought it was just one. Guys are doing 3 laps at the Nordschleife. Oh god.
Oh! Well, Legg beat Heim in qualifying today. Catherine Legg beat Corey Heim in qualifying.
Whoa!
Well, she is an open-wheel driver, and it is a street course, so give her credit.
Whoa. No, Corey Heim clipped the wall, and he didn't break his
listen.
toe, but
I was trying to hype her up.
She's literally driving the slowest car.
They picked the worst open-wheel driver to be in that car. Let's be real.
Well, no other open-wheel driver wants to drive the 78. Who would want to drive it?
I don't think any open-wheel driver wants to do stock. No, that's not true. Was it Power, or was it or not Power? Was it Newgarden or Pillow? One of them said that they would be down to try Daytona. I don't remember. If I had to guess, it's probably Newgarden because he's an oval master.
Hello said he'd be down to drive NASCAR on a road course, but he's not an oval.
I think it was Newgarden that said Daytona then.
Yeah. Although Scott McLaughlin has always teased NASCAR fans every year, saying, "I want to race an Xfinity race."
Oh, dude,
And
that would be the only Xfinity race I watch.
like, Scott McLaughlin
I fucking died.
he teases IndyCar and NASCAR fans every year because he says that like he always wants to drive an Xfinity car and he never does.
Yeah, Jesus, Blue just watched me die. I would love to see Newgarden at Daytona. I bet he could do something. I'm not saying win. I'm not saying top 3 or podium in normal racing terms. But I'm thinking he could salvage. He would pull through. Now, obviously, if the big one involved him, there's nothing he could do about that. But like, I think he would do all right.
You don't think he won't get involved in 5 wrecks in 3 races, like how Elio did?
Oh my God. No, he would do better than Elio Castroneves. Bless that man for trying, but I'm curious on what Larson meant, though. He goes, I want to run the Indy 500 again, but not the same day as the Coke 600. Like, I know back in the day they used to be separate days, but, like...
I think it is possible now, because Formula 1, the reason why IndyCar, like, would have their Indy 500 at their specific time is because Formula 1 was in the morning, then IndyCar was at the start of the afternoon, and then NASCAR would be in the night. But Formula 1's no longer doing
because
Monaco.
Fucking Canada.
I know. I'm like, what? That's like...
Biggest downgrade.
You completely ruined the greatest day in motorsports. I think what they were trying to go for was, let's do Canada so that way we have Formula 1 at the same time as IndyCar and NASCAR.
They're going to go head-to-head IndyCar and F1?
Yeah. Because
that sounds terrible.
Monaco was in the morning, so you watch Monaco.
Yes,
and you watch
because of the fucking time zone.
Yeah, and then you NASCAR at night. No, Formula 1, but let's Formula 1 at the same time as IndyCar.
I hope IndyCar changes their day. Hope they change it to
That
Saturday.
was the reason. That was the reason why they put Canada there.
I hope they change it to Saturday then.
I don't think Formula 1 races on Saturdays. Are you talking about the Indy 500?
The Indy 500, put that on Saturday. I bet they would just to get their own viewership.
Well, that's the thing, is that which race would people tune into? A non-crown jewel in Canada, or a crown jewel in...
That's also true.
Like, people tune into Monaco even though nobody can pass because it's a crown jewel race.
Okay, speaking of, though, not to take away from that, Gateway was probably the greatest race I've ever seen. Like, so
Gateway
far,
was
watching IndyCar. That was probably the greatest race. Fucking, I didn't think Kyle Kirkwood was going to ass rape everybody profusely at Detroit, but he did by 4.5 seconds. But
we still have only two drivers
winners after 9 fucking races, and it's gonna stay that way after fucking tomorrow.
I know. Pallot's gonna win Mid-Ohio. unless
he fucking chokes in pit road again, but...
Unless he blows up, like, Palou is gonna win again, and we're still gonna have 2 winners.
I was thinking, when the fuck is Laguna Seca?
That's usually at the end of the season.
Is it? Because I love that track. That track is so much fun to watch.
I also like Laguna Seca. Although recent IndyCar, it's more of a tire race than it is. Yeah, it's more of a tire race than it is a actual race.
Yeah, because they say they don't get shit out of their softs except like, what, 4 or 5 laps, and that's it?
Yeah.
And they have to run them for at least 1 stint.
Come on, CT, you can catch up.
I don't even know how far he is. Last I knew he was 11.
I hate this track.
This is where not just driving in circles comes in handy for, other worldly drivers / gamers. Dude, I'm going to definitely buy, I think I talked to Jardy about it, I'm going to buy Rensport, Endurance Motorsport, and Project Motorsport. I think I'm going to buy all 3 of those.
You can play Rensport. on PC.
Is it good?
It's kind of just another Project Cars.
See, I didn't ever play Project Cars.
Oh. Well, yeah, it's basically, it's not groundbreaking. It's just like another Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, Automobilista.
I'm definitely gonna get Endurance Motorsports though, because like if I've heard, I don't know, there's a rumor where someone said that every race on there is gonna be endurance racing instead of lap racing, and I'm like, yes, give me that. I want that. Like I will buy that.
every single game that tries to do endurance racing sucks, except maybe Le Mans Ultimate. But
see, I didn't get that, but wait, isn't that the one that's on? Is that the one that's on PC?
that's the one that's only on PC, which I wish it was on console, but most of the games aren't around anymore. So that's it.
Was it good?
It's actually, surprisingly enough, Le Mans Ultimate is actually a decent game. Ignoring career mode. If you play multiplayer, like, it is actually really fun. Because you actually feel like you are in an endurance race. Racing
endurance racing on Gran Turismo is pretty ass, I'm not gonna lie.
I know, it's so bad.
Now, endurance racing on Ride 5 is actually pretty fun. I love it. Because then you have to you got the engine power, like there's rain power, which is the lowest. There's eco power, and then there's full power. And then like you have the tire selection, which to me, I've just been soft in the front and medium in the rear, and that shit works. Then like the first 5 laps I run full power, and then the rest of that stint I run eco power, and I go in pit road, run the first 5-10 laps on eco power, and then run the rest of it on full power, and it usually works. Usually. Last lap for those that are falling asleep. Sorry, but
they're trying to keep them entertained by talking about random stuff.
I'm not trying to pull a blunt low.
Bluntlow's already probably pulling his own blunt low.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mr. Jardy, are you still there?
Yes sir, I'm still here. Just want to keep 5 running some laps.
Bluntlow, are you there? Oh, he gone.
Yes sir, loud and clear.
See,
there he is.
we're all trying to fall asleep.
Here's this fucking uphill part. I'm gonna let off the gas for it this time. Look at that, 3rd time's a charm. Not wiping out this time.
I'm
sorry, Revolution. I messaged you. I said I thought we were racing on the 7th, because my dyslexic ass read it as the 7th. And so as soon as I saw that, I went back and quickly deleted the message so I didn't look like an idiot.
Okay. I wondered what that was. It's like, what the fuck did he do? No, not the wall, not the wall.
I didn't even know that we were racing today. I just got told get on. I was like, okay.
With a 28-second lead. The physics on this are so terrible compared to Ride 5, but I do miss it's a fun game, it is.
Also, am I considered a legacy driver? According to... Is that what you meant by some people were asking about legacy drivers?
You're a mid-car driver.
I want a championship.
No, I meant you're a legend.
Legend driver. Okay.
You're legendary because your original GrandMaster challenge still holds the record at 170 days, where Red Dragon fell short at I believe 167 before he lost it. Slam holds the shortest reign at 40 days. So basically, how it works is when you win it, and the next GrandMaster challenge.
Have it for?
77 days. That's when he left the group, so that's when I vacated it from him. He had it for 77 days. Red Dragon was the only person
remember why I don't play
twice.
some lobbies in here.
Are you playing public?
Yeah.
Did you just get nutted in?
I get fucking racing everybody cleanly. I had to get punted into the outside wall at Charlotte.
What was your first
And I
one?
go
What's up,
What do you
from
guys, turn 3? Turn 4?
I go from 3rd to like 11th.
Turn 3 is like the most popular spot at Charlotte
Yep,
to just like
that's
wash up the track.
You must have seen. You must have been watching me because that's where it happened.
No, I just assume that it's always turn 3 because turn 3 is the corner that everybody always assumes, oh, you go flat out to this.
Oh, save it, baby, save it, baby, save it, save it, save it, save it. Look at that. That was impressive.
Come on, you could have given CT a little bit of a chance.
I know you seen that. Shut up. That was impressive. Shut up. You seen that. Shut up.
You were one wheel on the grass.
Dude, I was freaking out. That's what the fuck I was. This fucking banked corner. It doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you're in. This fucking corner sucks, okay?
But it's one of the most iconic corners in River Green.
It's fucking
Most
gay is what
iconic.
it is.
There's literally no car in existence that can take that corner without bottoming out in the banking.
Yeah, I tried coming here in the fucking Red Bull car. That's what we're running tonight on Gran Turismo. I've ran it here a couple times. That bitch just sparking up a storm. I'm like, well, maybe because it's 3 inches off the ground. Were those ever in production, like a concept or anything?
What, the Red Bull? No.
Yeah.
Those were specifically a Gran Turismo thing.
Tell me that those wouldn't be fun to watch though as a series.
I think it would actually be pretty boring watching one dude learn how the car works and be like, oh, this car's really easy, and all of a sudden he pulled a 10-second gap over second place.
Alex Pilow's the field in
Yep.
that thing.
Yep. That's exactly what would happen.
Do you think, take those to Daytona, that'd be fun to watch.
Road course?
There's no setups for GT either, is there?
Correct.
Okay.
You don't think they would do super great at the super speedway is what you're saying, TNT?
I don't know how those things would react in the draft, I'm gonna be honest.
What do you think
And
would be
you can-
catastrophic?
You've also seen the scoop nose that thing has.
There'd be a lot of downforce. How about that? How about that?
That thing would kill somebody if somebody's sideways across the track and somebody's T-bone or something.
Would it catapult them like I did you on grid, or would they just penetrate through their car?
That's actually a good question. Is it low enough to scoop the car, or is it like at the perfect height to just like puncture and go straight through?
I think it would probably puncture if I had to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So it would have to be the road course, Daytona road course.
Yeah, I don't think those things are meant for oval racing. I'm gonna be honest.
I would watch them at Indy road course. I think they'd be fun at Indy road course. I think next year, I was talking to my mom, I'm going to go to Detroit again, not worry about autographs and pictures and all that, just go and actually enjoy. Because the first couple times I went, I wanted to get autographs and some pictures and videos, all that, you know. And I think this time, next year, I'm going to go, just to go, sit back, relax, have fun, go to the Victory Lane celebration, try to get some hats, get some champagne, whatever, that kind of thing. But after that, I think I'm going to go to Mid-Ohio. If not...
Are they going to Detroit next year? Or did they already announce this?
No, I mean, I just assume they're going to go back. I mean, it's Chevrolet sponsors it, and that's fucking one of their primary sponsors of the sport, so...
Although
But-
it might have just been me.
But
the
Pato
pro
Award
fan.
says that they should go away from fucking Detroit and never go back. But Kyle Kirkwood's like, this is the greatest track ever. We need to stay here. Well, that is all she's going to write for that one. CT, can you kind of figure out how that went, or...
Yeah, I already got it in my head. I ain't gonna say it out loud, but
Well, like I said, we announced the finish and the champion and how many points they scored, and that's it. So, Revolution takes it with 15 points total scored. So that's that. That's all you guys really get.
fastest lap. Just too many mistakes.
I had a 7:19.6. So that is it. Ride 2 is down the hatch, boys.
Was that 4 races? I thought that was
Yes, it
3.
was. Well, it's 3 because
Well,
CT
yeah.
didn't make the first one, remember?
Oh, right.
So it took roughly about 40 minutes because the first one. All right. So we'll take a 10-minute break, obviously. But before we do so, game 2. You guys ready? Blunt, Jardy, Blue, Money, CT, TNT.
Yep.
Game 2. Formula 1 23.
Oh, great. Oh, man, I'm so glad.
So 1 hour and 57 seconds total was the stream for game